difference.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah,
Well,
the difference is huge.
fresh farm vegetables and fresh fish from that big beautiful lake. That
From
sounds
the lake.
very good, very appetizing.
Yes, exactly.
And
And we have a specialty here. It's called ugali. It's like porridge. It's made of flour, maize flour, and instead of being flowy like porridge, it's thick. And so if you have that with fish and the vegetables straight from the farm, then you're in heaven.
that
if
sounds
if
good. I'm
if
getting
that feeling is
hungry.
even
You're
yes.
making me hungry,
Uh,
Marianne.
sorry, and it's your lunchtime, right?
Well, it's kind of right in the middle. It's not quite it, but I've been working, so I probably skip lunch. So we're kind of like between lunch and dinner right now. I'm not, so I got to wait a while. My stomach's just going to have to wait.
Sorry. So the people here are warm. We are warm. Yeah, we are warm. But then again, if you annoy us, we can be very rowdy. Other than that, if you haven't shown us your other side, your bad side, we are good to you.
So if we go and visit your country, we just need to be respectful and be on our best behavior, and we'll be fine. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma. Like,
Yeah.
like, I-
Because
like
it
we
is
don't
coming.
attack. As in, politically speaking, we can get very violent. If you've watched the news during the elections, people always have someone they want to win, and if that person doesn't win, then we've had issues where we've had so many wrangles, and we've even had to close the country at one point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And normal, like if COVID wasn't going on and we could like someone like myself could travel to Nairobi, what would be some tips just to make sure I have a good and a safe time there?
There's so many places. I have a friend that does tours and travels, and in the month of August, no, between June and August, the best places to visit will be Masai Mara, because you'll want to see the wild, is it wildebeest migration?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, and other than that, the weather here is amazing. Like I see you Americans come here, and for us, that's around the time that you do come, we always feel like the weather is not so good. We feel like it's winter because we don't experience snow, so we don't know how cold it can get out there. But when it's cold for us, when you guys come over, I've seen you guys walk around in sleeveless tops and maybe shorts. And for us during those times, that's when we wear our socks, our leg warmers, our everything. Like it's cold for us. But for you, comparing it to your area,
Mm-hmm.
because you have experienced snow, the weather for you is very friendly.
Okay. And and
Yep.
where you are in, are you right in the city, Marianne? Is it very, is Nairobi a very, I guess that's a pretty urban area you're in?
Yes, ma'am. I
And
am in the city, Nairobi.
okay. And do you have, is your family there?
Yes, ma'am.
I know
My
that,
family is right here. My mom and my dad, my grandma is far away, so I haven't seen her since last year, and that's because COVID happened. And
yeah.
even though the travels have been lifted, like we are free to travel, I still feel like just mingling with people is putting them at a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Because since the country opened, we've had an increase in the number of cases. So I always feel like I should continue staying indoors. Plus, my job doesn't. My job allows me to work from home, so I still have the opportunity to work from home as I wait for things to settle.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm kind of in the same situation. I've actually, even before COVID, I'm a marketer like you. I've been
Yeah.
doing social media marketing for many years. So you and I actually have a lot in common. And I'm also a
Mhm.
writer, and I do this podcast, and I study,
Ah.
and I started tutoring kids with reading disabilities, and that's all done on the computer. So I don't really have to go out a whole lot either. So I'm home here with my husband and my
Mm-hmm.
two cats, Sammy and Winston, and
Mm-hmm.
just every day, just pray we all just stay healthy and make the best of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm glad it sounds like with all things considering anyway, it sounds
Mhm.
like you're doing well during this crazy chapter.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I appreciate your sharing about Kenya. That just sounds like such an amazing place. Like I love animals, and of course, that's the first thing you think about is just going to on the safaris and seeing all the animals and oh my goodness. So is that something you've done much of, or is that just kind of a tourist thing, or is that something the local people will do as well?
The local people do it as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been to different places. I've been to Hell's Gate. I've been to the Giraffe Park. I have been to, where was that? I've been to many, many, many places. Like even in the city, we have Nairobi National Park,
You have what?
and I'm saying that even in the city, we have
Mhm.
the Nairobi National Park, and
Oh,
from there you can have your safaris in the morning or maybe late in the evening.
okay. Then in
Yeah.
terms of like, what about like music and some of your cultural things? I'm just so curious about this place that you live. What is your music like?
Our music, we have different types of music, genres of music, but funny thing, we tend to listen more to the American hip hop and R&B than we do our Kenyan. Not that the Kenyan music is bad, it's good. The only problem is that it has different genres that if you're not from that age set, it feels like it's just noise and a lot of obscenity, so it's not very easy to understand what they say.
Hmm.
Uh, but all in all, the mature music that we listen to are usually within our tribes. Like Kenya has like 42 tribes, so we speak 42 different languages.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. That's
And on
something
top of that, we have
no,
on
go
top of
ahead.
that, we have English and Kiswahili. On top
Mhm.
of that, we have English and Kiswahili. So if you can come around Kenya, you'll find that there are so many people, there are so many of us, but not all of us understand one another because we
Uh,
speak different languages. Unless you're able to speak either English or Swahili, then we are not able to communicate.
That's really interesting. Now, your English is beautiful. I mean, now, do you all learn English in school or does everyone speak English there? Because you have a beautiful language, beautiful English. You're very fluent.
Thank you. Yeah, we speak English. English is one of the national languages. So we have two national languages, English or Kiswahili.
Mm.
So in school, we are taught both. And most of the subjects are taught in English, and only one is taught in Kiswahili, which is just the Swahili.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So I could come visit you, and I suppose I could learn a few words of in Swahili before I get on the airplane, right? I guess I could do that. That would be kind of fun to learn some Swahili, and then I can go over there and show off my Swahili knowledge. What do you think of that idea?
That's a perfect idea. You don't even have to struggle much. These days, you have something called Google Translate. So you just speak the word and it will translate it to you and it will even teach you how to pronounce it.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay, I like that. See, I'm thinking, can you tell?
Yeah,
I'm already I'm planning my future trip. I'm getting excited about this. So
I can
we
sense
are
that.
going, this is going by so fast. I know it's just, I'm going to get the 2-minute warning pretty quickly here. Let's be
Don't
sure our
worry.
listeners, MaryAnne, I know that you are quite the marketing expert and you can help clients from probably anywhere in the world with their LinkedIn and other marketing needs. So let's make sure people out there know if they want to work with you, how can they get a hold of you? Do you have a website or how do they reach you?
I am mostly active on Facebook and LinkedIn, but the best place to find me is on LinkedIn.
Okay. And I think that
Yes,
may be where we've we've communicated probably the most. And
yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
so we have a couple of minutes left. Is there anything? Yeah, I just got the 2-minute warning. So just maybe one last thing that you would like to share with our listeners today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for listening to me. If you want to come to Kenya and you don't know your way around, look for me. And if not, maybe you want help with LinkedIn, also look for me. And Deborah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really, really, really appreciate it. Joseph,
Oh,
thank you as well.
oh, thank you, MaryAnne. You've just
Yes,
truly made my day. It's not every day I speak to such an impressive, inspirational woman who lives in Nairobi, Kenya. I am just completely humbled. I am honored and thank you for being such a kind and interesting guest. I know that many of us now are going to get our atlases and our maps and want to get our travel books and learn more about Kenya and start planning some
thank
trips.
you.
So you take care. I know we will stay in touch. So thank you.
Yes,
And
please.
you go
Thank
get
you
a
so
good
much.
night's sleep now. Okay. Get sweet dreams
Thank
to
you.
you and the rest. Thank you. The rest of you out there, thank you so much for joining us. For now, our time is up. I am Deborah DePietro, and I hope you enjoyed your time with me wandering around the world. Perhaps you've been reminded about something wonderful in your own backyard, learned something about a faraway place, or got some ideas for future trips. Here's to keeping wonder alive, moving forward, and connecting with our global neighbors. See you next time.